Do you think that voice work is just for singers? You're not alone. The truth is, every actor, communicator, and creator could benefit greatly from voice work, learning to speak with clarity, precision, and presence. Hi, I'm Kirsten, and I'm a Patsy Rodenberg Associate and certified in Koleani Speech, which is an examination of the phonetic alphabet and dialect. What is voice work? When we're little, we have a free sound. If you look at both babies and even watch animals, like watch videos of lions roaring online, you'll notice that their body draws in a huge breath, and then as the sound comes out, that breath is supporting the sound out of them. It's fascinating to watch. When we get older, we get both physical, emotional, and mental tensions that limit the way we use our voice. So let me give you a couple of examples. I could technically breathe really shallow, and then I would have a really overly breathy voice. Or I could, on the flip side, really just not use my full voice and just let everything echo in here. And that would be another form of a voice tension. I could also have such a clamped voice back here that everything could go up into my nose. So these are little voice things, tensions that could trap the fullest and freest voice. What we do in voice work is we learn to release the physical tensions. We start grounding in the body and understanding the kind of alignment that can bring your voice into a free and full communication. Then we start to learn how to breathe deeply, and then we learn how to strengthen the musculature so you can actually increase your range. Did you know that the human voice has the capacity for a 2 to 4 octave range? And while we have that capacity innate in us, and we might use it in heightened moments, what we typically do is speak every day on an average of a 2 to 4 pitch range and don't do much. However, communicators on stage, communicators on film, communicators in front of a large audience, they need more range to engage. In your real life, if you are going through a heightened moment, your voice will bring that range into play. If you need to, in an emergency, stop someone from running into the street, your voice will jump up to that octave and volume you need intuitively to get them to stop. However, in real life, when it comes to our performances, our brain gets in the way, that musculature gets trapped, and those organic impulses don't get communicated. So you could listen to a speaker just talk like this for 30 minutes and your brain is going to drone away. You need to be able to engage the lowest of the lows and the highest of the highs throughout your communication to have a powerful and free voice. Kristen Linklater was one of the world's premier voice teachers. She came up with her method, Linklater Voice. In this form of voice, we talk about the cookie story. The baby has a free voice. It has what Kristen calls the pang. The pang is a hunger. The baby realizes they're hungry and they cry. And if they have a good, healthy, and loving caretaker, that caretaker takes the baby and they feed it. And the baby learns, I make a free sound and I am met. My needs are met. Then all of a sudden one day, that baby is a toddler and they get the pang, they get the hunger, and they run into the kitchen and they scream to their caregiver that they need a cookie. And the caregiver goes, no, 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 not with that voice. And so the kid the next day runs in with the pang and goes to speak and they go, may I please have a cookie? So they get cookified. We all need to get cookified in life. This world would not be a good place if all of us ran around screaming our impulses exactly when we needed them. We all need it. We need to learn to restrain. In fact, great communication involves freedom and restraint. However, those physical tensions have come in and robbed us of our full vocal range. So it's not that we want to free ourselves up so we can run out into the streets screaming wildly at any moment following any impulse. But we do want to free it up, especially as actors, so that we can have an emotional, organic connection, not needing to push for it, but just allowing it. And then as a communicator, you want to free it up because if your instrument here and your breath instrument is limited, you've got to release those tensions so that you can release and free up more range so your communication doesn't just have to be 2 pitches. It can be 2 to 4 octaves of pitches. What are the foundations of voice work? We have to examine the body and really work on alignment. Then we have to develop our breath. We have to start to then, after that, connect breath to sound and learn to extend our instrument. We learn to strengthen our instrument and find pitches and sounds we didn't even know we had in there. And then finally, we have to really learn how to deal and work with words, with sounds, with language, so we have choice in the way we express and shape sounds. And then finally, what I'll give you a little example of in an exercise today is presence. We can start to learn to train our ability to stay in the present moment, to balance our ability to see and to be seen, our ability to speak and to listen. And when we can bring those two energies into balance, we're going to find a real present and powerful communication. Quick exercise. So today, all we're going to do is a really simple exercise of learning to feel something in alignment, and you can even do it seated. All you're going to do is put your hand right here on the chest. Collapse that chest in. And notice how when you collapse that chest in, I don't know if you could see it, it's kind of crazy, but my whole face took on a different persona there. When I collapsed in, I got the energy of myself. I became my voice, you can hear it's a little bit trapped now because everything is collapsed. There's no space for breath, and my energy is different. So just this little energy here has now given me an energy of being an observer, of holding back, of seeing. And now I want you to take your hand here, and it's trapped my voice. You can hear that. I can't breathe. I want you to take your hand and pull further forward where you're pinning your shoulders back behind you. Whoa, sorry about the face. You can see that my focus has become intense, my energy intense, and my sound a bit over-articulated. I really am playing, but not forcing that. This is the energy of the push, the speak, the give. And now I want you to take that hand on that chest and just relax in between the collapse, the overextend, and now just here. And you'll notice here, this is the energy of presence. It's an energy that's balanced in listening and also balanced in seeing. It's an energy that allows for an inhalation and an exhalation. There's our first simple exercise. Use that little exercise in the future because not only does it help with alignment and presence awareness, it will start to build your ability to feel the place you need to be to keep an open rib cage to allow for the fullest breath possible. Okay, let's do a wrap up. Why voice if you're not a singer? Well, as a speaker and communicator, training your voice allows you to free up your instrument for further communication over not just a 2 to 4 pitch range, but a 2 to 4 octave range of emotional and intellectual connection to what you're saying. It gives you choice with your articulation. It allows you to use words powerfully. You're going to be able to pinpoint those tensions that keep you back. And then you're also going to work on being in the present moment, learning to find that energy of presence that can be impulsive, connected, and clear. There's a lot of reasons to train the voice. Please give me a like, subscribe. You could even drop a comment here and let me know what you're interested in learning about. Is there a particular dialect? Is there an exercise you want for voice? Feel free to drop a comment below. Please also like and subscribe. Thanks so much.